tech people have a different mentality and a different approach to science than like biochemist folks. The latter's is more about refinement. The former, the tech bros approach, is more about like brute force experimentation. When they're dealing with machine, you've got to think about the mentality of people who typically cloister themselves away from people and can do cool shit with machines and stuff like that. You know, when sometimes when things break or when they go wrong, go awry, they say, "Oh well, I got to tweak this, I got to tweak that." You know, it's a very move fast and break things mentality. When you have those kinds of people in charge of a country, in charge of your data, and people die as a result, it's like, well, you get this very cold approach to dealing with human problems. They're not trying to improve the lives of the American people. Clearly, otherwise Donald Trump wouldn't have had to go on stage last night at the State of the Union and lie his ass off about how this country is actually doing. But, you know, you really have to understand as a citizen, like, no, these people they just don't care. They don't consider you. It's not that they hate you, it's that they don't consider you. When you listen to how Sam Altman talks about people, and he talks about like the friction of confusion, like when you talk to people, there's all this friction, there's all this icky confusion. Like we have to explain things, like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? Like they get so, they want things to be smooth, like glass, like just all the time. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, that's not the natural world. You're dealing with people that want to abandon the natural world for machines. Hence, all these data centers are popping up all over the place. And even though people don't want them, even though they use a lot of power and water, it's like they're not actually good for anything other than creating slop on the internet. So, I mean, it's like, why are we doing that? And he's saying, well, it takes a lot of power to run these data centers, but think about the energy it takes to raise a human for 20 years. I just hate the way these people talk about human beings. It makes me sick, the way listening to them talk about people like they're a problem. When it's like they've forgotten at some point that actually, hey moron, technology is supposed to serve people, not the other way around. But they're just building the shell to protect them from that anger.